So we had a USA Today preseason poll that came out, folks, and it does seem like in terms of predicted order of finish, that Ohio State with 8 first place votes is number 1. Oregon with 5 first place votes is number 2 in order of finish, and then Michigan and Penn State are tied. Guys, when will they ever learn? This happens every single year, and they still just haven't learned from their mistakes. But here it is. We're back again. Michigan and Penn State tied for 3rd. TJ, what say you on this?
Well, I don't get why. I mean, I guess I get it because there's QB uncertainty and a new head coach, and they think. But listen, James Franklin can't win the big games. Drew Aller is a poor. He's not. I don't like Drew. I'm not a big fan of Drew Aller. I'm not afraid of Drew Aller. I think Drew Aller can't handle big games, big moments. I think he has happy feet. I think he has a hard time reading the field. I don't fully understand. I think Penn State should be behind us. I can understand why you'd have Ohio State where you have them because they're arguably the most talented team going into the season. Oregon is no joke. We know they're talented. I'm fine with being 3rd, coming off a national title, given the QB uncertainty and new head coach dynamic. But I do not think we are on the same level as Penn State. And I also think USC is a little too high.
Yeah, if I'm looking at that, I guess what I'll say is I believe that, I mean, the way that I see it right now, I believe Michigan will beat Oregon. Oregon will beat OSU. And Michigan, unfortunately, is going to lose to OSU. So all 3 of those
are
teams,
various opinions that do not reflect the rest of the.
Well, I'm just doing it from a kind of numerical. It's not my opinion. It's not my heart. It's my head, right? So 1-1. So those 3 teams will go 1-1 against the other 2. Okay. Then you've got Penn State, and if Penn State and Michigan had flip-flopped their schedules, Michigan would be in a better position, perhaps. But so they don't have to play each other. So Penn State does get like a little bit of an advantage with respect to that. Penn State, I believe, has a home game against Ohio State. This needs to be the year if they're going to beat Ohio State. They need to do it this year, right? So I can kind of understand Penn State. I don't understand Rutgers at number 10. I don't think people are looking. I don't think people are looking at Rutgers' schedule. I think Rutgers does not have to play the number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4 teams according to this list in the Big Ten.
Bump that up, man.
So if you're I don't bet on things I can't control. But what I will say is the over/under for Rutgers is way low, in my opinion. And also being ranked number 10 in the Big Ten does not make sense to me, just purely from the standpoint of how much of a schedule benefit they get. So I'll kind of say that. So I think there's going to be a logjam at the top of the Big Ten, and their tiebreakers are going to come into play either for the champion of the the number 1 seed in the Big Ten or the number 2 seed, maybe both.
So I go back and forth on this because on the one hand, I think this is great from the perspective of giving bulletin board material. It's great for the perspective of, okay, underdog mentality, even though Michigan just won a title. But then on the other hand, I'm thinking, okay, when is Michigan going to start getting the benefit of the doubt a little more on these things? And maybe it's a second straight title that Michigan has to win before they start getting the benefit of the doubt a little bit more. Maybe you got to go back to back on natties in order to make the top 2. But it just strikes me as kind of tough when.
Yeah, consider this. What if Michigan? I'm fully thinking Michigan's going to be number 10, maybe number 12 to begin the season, because you see this USA Today poll. There was also the Cleveland.com poll that had them outright number 4, not tied at number 3.
I think they'll be like 7.
Okay, so I'm
that.
figuring number 11-ish, somewhere in there. And then what happens if they beat Texas? They're the defending national champion, and they beat Texas. I would not be surprised, because of the lack of respect for Michigan, if they end up like number 2 instead of number 1 after that happens. Right? So
possibly under Georgia.
Yeah. So but why Georgia? Michigan defending champion. Michigan beats Texas. They should be number 1, right? So I mean, it seems logical to me. So, and then with respect to Alex Orji, I do think that is a huge factor. The fact that there's such a question mark at quarterback. So I believe that Alex Orji can, in fact, complete a forward pass. So that's my line that I need to make into a T-shirt. But
yes,
but if he can't, he's not going to be the quarterback for the Texas game. They're going to win the Fresno State game. Don't worry about that. He's not going to be the quarterback for the Texas game if there's a problem with his audition. So they're going to have a competent quarterback. They have a deep room. I know we're going to talk about it in a few minutes, but they have a deep room. So I don't understand the logic of, okay, Orji can't complete passes, so therefore we need to knock Michigan down a couple rungs, because he's not going to be playing quarterback if that happens, right? So,
yeah, I mean, listen, I think we all agree that the uncertainty at quarterback is the reason why Michigan's getting, put third or tied for third, or possibly is going to be ranked. Hopefully not 11. I think they'll be top 10 for sure. I do think around 7 or 8. But anyways, look, we have uncertainty at the quarterback situation. We did lose a lot in the draft, although we are returning a lot. We all agree our defense could be better than it was last year. Our offense has weapons, and the offensive line looks to be in a good position. But at the end of the day, it's Sherrone Moore's first year. So there is that uncertainty, even though we did get to see 4 games last year, which he won them all and made very adept decisions in game to win us games, like the Penn State game that really sticks out. And also in the Maryland game, he made some great decisions. So, yeah, I mean, look, we have a new coach, new quarterback, and then that's just what the media is going to do. Ferris,
yeah, John.
Don't do that. Ferris, I got one for you. I got the.
Oh, you got a new one. Okay, good. Let's go. We'll wait. Okay. I see a lot of Ohio State fans basking in the glory of being number 1 2024 offseason champions. So when ready, share it. So go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. I think we're everybody here and everybody in chat is basically saying the same thing. There is a question mark at quarterback. It's the first time there's been a question mark at quarterback in a little bit. And here it is. Oh man. Oh,
there you go.
Man.
You have upgraded it. Thank you.
Okay.
Origami OSU off-season paper champ 2024 off-season paper champions. They do have a dusty trophy case. Nothing's been in it for a little while. So I am happy to make one of these. It'll be shipped to you, though, actually, Ohio State fans, in a regular envelope. And I'll send you the instructions of how to do the origami to put them together. If OSU fans, if you could choose the one you like, do you like the one on the left, which looks more like a diamond or something like that? Or do you like the one on the right, like a gem or diamond, or the one on the right, which does have the football with the O? So either one, just let me know. I will send you the instructions. And like I said, they'll just be shipped in a paper, just a regular, package kind of envelope, and then you'll just have to put it together.
And because we know your money goes to NIL, we will give you free shipping and handling at no cost to you. So we got you. We appreciate you, Ohio State.
I'm just for fun. We're gonna put in the. I want to see everybody's preference here. So in the poll, feel free to vote on which of the trophies you like better. And meanwhile, we do have a 99-cent super sticker by Blue Wolverine. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that.
Shout out to you, man.
Oh, and I missed a super chat too. My bad. James Franklin will always pee down his leg. Thank you, Cody, for the $2. And yeah, I mean,
James Franklin doesn't win the big.
He doesn't have to play Michigan this year. He got out of that. He escaped that one, but he still has to face OSU.
Absolutely. So there we go. We got that. We got that in the barrel, ready to unload whenever those Ohio State fans want to get
Yes, thank you, TJ, and thanks for upgrading it. I appreciate all the upgrades.
Hey, and just so you know, Ohio State fans, we got more where that comes from. We got some other stuff waiting down the pipe whenever things become public.